Of all the teams in the NFL, the Minnesota Vikings and Buffalo Bills may be the ones that most need a good performance this Sunday. Perceptions were starting to change about the Vikings after a hard-fought loss at New Orleans and a dominating home win over Atlanta, but back-to-back losses with very little offense have set the team back. The Bills had a crack at first place in the AFC East, but a blowout loss to the Patriots was a real punch to Doug Marrone's team. The Vikings and Bills are two tough teams to handicap right now, as oddsmakers open Buffalo as a 4.5-point favorite. Underdog money pushed the Bills to -4. Teddy Bridgewater returned for the Vikings this past Sunday against the Detroit Lions, and they scored fewer points than with Christian Ponder. The Vikings got nothing going in a 17-3 home loss to the Lions. That's the fourth game out of 6 that the Vikings have scored 10 points or less. Bridgewater threw 3 picks and was sacked 8 times as the Lions' defense line mauled the Vikings' offensive line. The major concern for this week for Mike Zimmer's team is that the Bills have 19 sacks this season, which is near the top of the NFL rankings. The Buffalo Bills were expecting a lot more out of the game against the Patriots. Instead, they'll have to go back to the drawing board. Their usually potent running game only managed 68 yards on 23 carries. Overall, the Bills are rushing for 101 yards per game. If not for the quarterback change to send in Kyle Orton over E.J. Manuel, the Bills may not have scored in either of the last 2 weeks. Mike Williams has become a distraction, as the wide receiver is reportedly interested in exploring a trade after being benched last week. Mike Zimmer is 2-4 straight up and against the spread in his first season as head coach. The Vikings have covered just once in their last 5 games. On the Buffalo side, Doug Marrone entered the season with a .500 record against the spread at 8-8, and he is now 11-11 against the number. He's 9-13 straight up. The under is 9-3 in the 12 games that these two teams have played this season. The degree of difficulty finally takes a step down for the Bills' defense. The Vikings will not throw the ball all over the field, and Kyle Orton has actually looked pretty good for the offense. The Vikings have a stout defense and points could be at a premium here, but the Bills are in a good bounce-back situation with an opponent that's closer to their level.